Rocket League is a complicated game, and many newcomers get absolutely blown away when they see their favorite content creator hit a really cool mechanic. I would know, because at the start of this year I was nothing more than a silver 3 who couldn't even keep the ball on top of my car. Now, I have been able to learn things that I used to think I would never do, such as flip resets, air dribbles, and double touches. Surprisingly, the road to hitting shots like these isn't actually that hard to get through, just as long as you take the right approach when you learn how to improve your mechanics. Today, I will walk you through the best and most optimized way to improve mechanics in Rocket League. The hardest part of learning anything is starting, and that principle also applies to learning mechanics. Before you get into training, however, you must understand how the learning slope works for learning any mechanic. The first part of the slope is learning how to do the mechanic in the first place, and thankfully, that's the easiest part. No matter what mechanic you want to learn, there will almost always be a YouTube tutorial on exactly how to do the mechanic you strive to do. Once you understand what to do, the next step is going into an ideal setup, most likely from a training pack, and trying over and over until you hit your first ever shot of the mechanic that you want to pull off. Many people think that scoring is the hardest part, but you might want to look up because, oh boy, you have a long hill to climb, my friend. The hardest part of your journey, by far, will be gaining enough consistency to pull off the mechanic in a real game scenario, and that takes free play, determination, and a huge amount of time. The reason why this is so hard to learn is simply because you will never be in a perfect scenario in a real game. You need to be able to pull off the mechanic you want to hit with any amount of boost, at any part of the field, with the ball going at any possible speed. You may hit bumps in the road where you feel like you're just not improving at all, but if you have enough determination and hard work, soon enough, you'll have built the muscle memory to get consistent with the mechanic you want to learn. The good thing about learning mechanics is that not only will you gain the ability to pull off the mechanic itself once you get consistent, but the rest of your game will also get dramatically better. This improvement makes it easier in turn to get consistent at other new mechanics, and it makes some impossible mechanics super easy without much training at all. For example, I found ceiling shots impossibly difficult back in February when I was still far from consistent in the air. However, I decided to come back to ceiling shots after I finished getting consistent with flip resets about 6 months later. Even though I hadn't attempted a ceiling shot in over half a year, I was able to hit my first attempt with ease just due to the car control I've gained from learning air dribbles and flip resets alone. Learning mechanics seems downright daunting, and it may seem almost impossible to learn at the start, but in just a few months, you'll be able to do so many things with your car without a second thought. Training mechanics for me was the primary reason that I was able to go from Silver 3 to Champ 2 in under a year, and nowadays, I always hop into free play to see what mechanic I can learn next. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed what I had to offer, and if you didn't, then leave a comment and let me know what I can improve. If you found this video helpful, then it would mean the absolute world to me if you could subscribe and like the video. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one.